Ghana is a beautiful coastal nation in Western Africa with a population of nearly 25 million people spread across nearly 100 different ethnic groups. Its economy is rapidly developing, but it's still a very financially poor nation, with about 30% of all Ghanaians living on just over $1 a day. Only about 76% of Ghanaian students go to primary school. About half go to high school, and less than 10% get any college education. About 40% of Ghanaian adults can neither read nor write, and those numbers are much worse in the rural areas. Last year, I was blessed to take a group of students to Ghana for the very first time. We expected an adventure, but nothing could have prepared us for the cultural tapestry we found there. Exotic animals, breathtaking nature scenes, more than 40 languages being spoken, and a strong, proud, hard-working, contented people. While we were in Ghana, my students and I worked in a school in a poor, densely populated village called Ashaman. The school was called the Precious Kids Academy, and the experience changed our lives. The Precious Kids Academy was an efficiently run and well-staffed school, but it lacked many resources my students completely took for granted. In particular, the school lacked access to books. Sometimes as many as 5 or 6 students would huddle around one book, trying hard to learn as much as they could and taking very seriously their privilege of going to school. My students were deeply moved by what they saw there, and they decided they wanted to change that. And so, the Precious Words Project was born. After we returned to the United States, my students began collecting books to build a library in the Precious Kids Academy. Within 3 months, they had located an agency that agreed to donate space on a shipping container bound for Ghana. They collected more than 8,000 books and packed, stacked, and shipped those books to Ghana. The books arrived just before Christmas last year, and during Christmas break, when they could have been enjoying a well-earned vacation, they headed back to Africa to give the gift of books to the Ghanaian children.
This is the Precious Words Library that we built in Ashaman, Ghana last winter. And I came here with some of my students and with my own children, and we came to this school. These girls and other students from the Precious Kids Academy helped us to write every library card for every book. We stuck the cards in here, and then we sorted every book, and we stacked every book, and we put them on the shelves, didn't we? Have you been using the library? Yeah. Do you come in here and read? Yeah. Yeah? Do the other kids like the library? Yeah. I'm really glad. That makes me feel really, really happy.
This May, another group of students traveled with me to Ghana, and this time we visited a school in a remote village on the banks of Lake Volta. The school was just 4 months old and consisted of a building, a few bench desks, and not much more. The 136 students we worked with that day had not a single book or pencil or piece of paper. The school had no running water or plumbing or electricity. There was no playground, no sports equipment, and the students had literally never seen a computer until we showed them ours. But the children were so excited to learn. Once again, my students were profoundly impacted by their experiences in Ghana. In the essays they submitted to me, every single student wrote that they wanted to return and make a difference in the lives of the village children they had met there. One student wrote, "It was incredibly eye-opening. My heart ached for them, and I would make enormous sacrifices in order for those children to have a better life." And she wasn't kidding. That student, along with many others, has committed to return to Ghana again this December to transform that tiny village school into a productive learning environment. Their big dream includes books, supplies, learning toys, a fully operational kindergarten, sports camp, vacation Bible school, teacher training, and even a safe water source for the children who often have no choice but to drink polluted lake water. American educator and television host Fred Rogers is quoted as saying, "It's easy to say, it's not my child, not my community, not my world, not my problem. But then there are those who see the need and respond. I consider those people my heroes. My students are my heroes. They will do great things in Africa that will leave this world a better place than they found it. I hope you'll join us for the journey."